welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn, and I pulled us a card, a daily card. We got the Bardo. This message is fascinating to me because I really resonate with it. It's from this deck, in case anyone's interested, the Wild Unknown Archetypes Guidebook. And let me just go through the summary of this card, and then I'll read you what it says in the book. So the Bardo is basically the card of in between. So if you feel like your life is a little bit, the energy is kind of weird, like it's like an in-between energy, that's what this card is about. Okay? Like, if it feels like when one part of your life is ending, but the next part of your life hasn't fully started yet, that's the energy of the Bardo. I feel the energy is bizarre right now. Kind of like, for example, you've left a job, but you haven't found the next one yet. Or a relationship has changed, but you don't know what comes next, kind of energy. Or you've outgrown an old version of yourself, but you're still figuring out who you're becoming. And the energy of the Bardo, or the feeling of the Bardo, it's a feeling of uncertainty, or waiting, or not having all the answers, or a feeling like there's change happening beneath the surface. But the message with the Bardo is that we don't need to know exactly where we're going right now. It's okay to be in the middle of the transition. A lot of people don't like the energy of the Bardo because it can feel confusing and uncomfortable. But this is a really important space to be in. This uncertain space is important because it gives you time to let go of the old before stepping into the new. It's kind of like your old life is represented by the caterpillar. The new life is represented by the butterfly. This is the cocoon. Basically, what Spirit is saying is we're not where we were, and we're not yet there where we're going. Okay? You're not where you were, and you're not yet where you're going. It's an in-between kind of energy. It's bizarre. I feel this so strongly right now. Now, let me just tell you what it says in the book. The liminal, the in-between, the transition. It is said that the Bardo is a place between this life and the next, a liminal realm through which souls pass. Envisioning this inherently mysterious space creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. So we're able to view our relationships through a different lens at this time. We may also receive messages from those who are no longer with us, or we might, some of us might see visions of lives not yet lived. That's been happening to me, I feel. But in the Bardo, there's potential to forgive the unforgivable, So when we're in this in the bardo, in this energy, Spirit is saying that there is potential to forgive the unforgivable, or to say the unsaid, or to see the unseen, to love the unloved, to let go of all of the things that cause us pain. Because the bardo suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough for us to open up to a higher wisdom. The energy does not belong to Earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we are a single thread. When the veil between this life and the next is thinned, energy is stirred. This allows for remarkable healing and vision. That's what we're going through right now. The transition, the in-between, the liminal. But Spirit is saying that the bardo is not to be feared. Take advantage of its energy by recognizing what needs to be resolved, and trust that there is a message for you from beyond. Who is speaking, go ahead and listen. When in this light energy, it feels spaciousness, it's grace, it's forgiveness, and it's truth. When in dark, it's torment, dislocation, hallucination, and transience. So we're in this situation, this transition, this in-between phase for a reason, this kind of weirded out energy. But it's all for a purpose, okay? Be open to receiving messages from those who are not with us, okay? You may be able to forgive the unforgivable. You may be able to say what you you weren't able to say before. The energy is present to allow us to say the unsaid or to see the unseen. We're seeing during this energy, this in-between phase, basically the masks are off. We're seeing things we weren't able to see before. We're able to love the unloved. And we're able to let go of all of the things that cause us pain. Because the bardo suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to higher wisdom. But don't fear it. It's not earth energy. This energy feels uncertain, like we're waiting for something. I totally feel that. Things feel uncertain, doesn't make sense. I can't make I just can't make sense of a lot of the stuff that's happening right now. But change is happening beneath the surface. We have to have faith and trust, right? We don't have all the answers. One part of our life is ending, but the next part of our life hasn't started yet. We're in the cocoon stage. Maybe a relationship has changed, but you don't know what comes next, or you've outgrown an old version of yourself, but you're still figuring out who you're becoming. You don't have all the answers. But remember, you don't need to know exactly where you're going right now. It's okay to be in the middle of the transition. That's exactly how it feels for me. It's weird, it's confusing, it's uncomfortable, but it's important because it's giving us time to let go of everything we want to let go before we step into the new. Maybe a lot of people were, removed from your life, or just a lot of change. It'll be different for all of you. But that's the message for today. I love this message for us. Let me just think for 1 second. Yeah. In Tibetan Buddhism, Bardo refers to an in-between state, a threshold between one thing ending and another beginning. Traditionally, it's associated with the period between death and rebirth. But psychologically, it can describe any liminal space. Again, for example, like the period after you've outgrown an old identity, but before a new one has fully emerged. Okay. There's a transition that is underway, but it's not yet complete. Maybe you have a feeling of like you're suspended between chapters of your life. There may be a need to surrender the urge to force clarity. I feel that too. A lot of things don't make sense to me, and I just have to surrender to it and again have trust and faith. And this process, we need to trust that what we're going through, this process cannot be rushed. It's divine timing. This is a period where old patterns are dissolving, even if the new direction isn't visible yet. The challenge with the Bardo is that our minds want answers and definitions and certainty. The wisdom of the Bardo is that some transformations happen in darkness, like a seed underground. Something is definitely changing, even when there is little external evidence. Some good questions. What am I no longer? What am I becoming? Where am I trying to rush an answer that hasn't arrived yet? Can I tolerate not knowing? There's a lot of questions that I'm sure a lot of us are thinking. So I'm going to stop there. That's it for today. Thank you so much for letting me channel this message for you today. Take good care. I'll see you next time. Bye.